Hey everybody, Gameface here, and another week is over, and it's time to talk about the games. And I'm guessing the best place to start is probably Dishonored 2, because that's always the best place to start. That's where I'm going to start as soon as I'm done recording this video, by playing Dishonored 2. Enjoying it so much, so much. The last two videos were a lot more difficult than the previous ones. The game is a little more difficult. I'm finding avoiding the guards, getting through undetected is a lot more difficult than it was earlier. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to do so. There have been a number of deaths, unplanned deaths. Let's make that clear. These are not deaths that I tried to cause. These are deaths that were caused by other people. I've already had one guy that I was choking out being stabbed by another character. I didn't even know that could happen. So they killed their buddy in an attempt to kill me. And this week I had somebody run into an arc, and either that or one of the mechanical soldiers accidentally killed one of them. And because I haven't killed anybody. I haven't raised a finger to a fly. That's not true. I've knocked out probably over 100 people at this point in time. But yes, I'm loving it. It's not, it's definitely not my favorite game. That's going to be hard to replace my favorite game, but it's up there. It's in the top 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure. I'm really enjoying it. Maybe Dishonored itself is in the top 2 or 3. Because again, the new and the old game are very similar. I do like the difference in the character, but I am finding that some of her magic powers are not quite as useful as they should be. But we'll address that as we move forward, and we'll see how it goes. I also what else did I do? What else did I do last week? We played Plague Evolved. I did the virus thing on Plague Evolved. And holy crap, that game is I want to say difficult. But it's tricky, is what it is. It's tricky. I thought going into virus that it was going to be easy. I thought, yeah, I should be able to use the same techniques. But the problem being, of course, is that the difference between virus and bacteria in this game is virus costs you DNA points to evolve, and bacteria gives you DNA points when you evolve. So evolving the symptoms back, or de-evolving the symptoms, was not an option. I didn't even state that right. Okay, cost you money to de-evolve, whereas, yeah, bacteria, you get DNA points to de-evolve. So I didn't. At first I was thinking to eliminate the symptoms, but I realized it was just a matter of eliminating symptoms that would make it show up. So I had to eliminate one symptom or something when I actually ran through and finished the game. I actually finished it twice. I finished it as I was just doing a normal playthrough, trying to figure out how to finish it, and then I finished it in the video as well. It's probably going to do the same thing with the fungus, but we'll just wait and see. I haven't even thought of when I'm even going to play that. Mainly because of that. I've gone and added more games. What have I done? What have I done? So Battlefield 1, we're joining some Italian special forces. It was awesome. It was running through the trenches in body armor, just taking out everybody. I had a blast playing Battlefield 1 this time, and I'm looking forward to the next time. I don't know if I'll be running around in that armor though, because the last scene in it, I took off the armor. So I've added a new game this week. We've added Watch Dogs 2. Wasn't going to. It was not part of my plan at all. Something happened on Friday. I opened Steam. Watch Dogs 2! My credit card came out, and boom. And next thing you know, I was sitting down and playing Watch Dogs 2. How does that happen? But it happens way too much. So yeah, Watch Dogs 2. I'm good. So far, so good. We'll see. I'm going to have to go in there and play around and just do some running around first before we get right into the game. It seems very open, so I'm hoping that I'm hoping it's a good game. I'm really hoping it's a good game. I actually made the decision to play Dishonored 2 instead of Watch Dogs 2, like a month ago. But it looks like I'm going to be playing both. What can I do? What can I do? And then I also played a game called Zup. What Zup, you say? Well, I don't know. Zup was an achievement mining game. So it was fun. Just a little time waster, really. A little bit of a puzzle game. I like little puzzle games. I like this puzzle game because I was done it in 30 minutes and everything was done and over with, and I won't have to go back to it again. So that's what Zup was. All of them. So this week coming up. No, you say? Indie games. Okay, yes, we played a bunch of indie games. I started off the week playing a game called Ancient Warfare. It's kind of similar to totally realistic battle simulator thingy. But it sounds like the guy started making this before that even existed. He's been working on it for a long time. It did have some performance issues, but I could see the potential. It would be epic. It truly would be epic if they could get the frame rate to work. But a lot of times during the game, the frame rate was dropping down to like 1. It made it quite unplayable. I also tried out Wreck the Party, which was a turkey throwing game. Who was wrecking the party with a turkey. That was fun. That's all these are on Game Jolt. Go check them out. Wreck the Party was a lot of fun. What else do we have here? Barren Galaxy. I tried that out earlier in the week. So yeah, Barren Galaxy was sort of a 2D platformer it was a fixed world with procedurally generated enemies. Though procedurally generated doesn't, I don't know if they're referring to procedural generation correctly. Procedural generation means that a numeric numbers define things, and the features of those numbers define the features of the things. So if this was really procedurally generated every time you went through, it would be identical because those numbers are predefined. But it's not identical. It seemed to change every time, which is fine. I actually liked that. Every time you went through the level, it was different. So it wasn't like Contra, which was something they compared it to. Whereas Contra, you could actually memorize, like that was the only way to play Contra, was to memorize the movements you had to make. Because Contra was a really freaking hard game. And I don't know if people remember it that way, but it was not an easy game. Okay, whatever. That was Barren Galaxy. The other game I played was, I should say, it was Le Grand Legacy. Now, Le Grand Legacy was about a slave who was bought and basically asked to be a guard. So he's going to be a guard or bodyguard or something along that lines. So he seems to have a special power. Really kind of awesome looking game. It was, again, unbelievable from Game Jolt. You don't normally see stuff that has this type of production quality. But it was really good. And right now, the alpha is free. The pre-alpha, I should say. I don't know what the alpha will be like, or the beta, because those are probably a long ways off. But it was a cool game. It was very enjoyable. And Star Oracle was something I played yesterday. Star Oracle was sort of in homage to Star Fox and games of that ilk. I really thought it was well done. Very well done, actually. It wasn't Star Fox in any way, shape, or form. It was completely different. But yet, it had that feel. You could tell that Star Fox was something that this person really enjoyed, and they wanted an experience like that. A lot different. I can't say it was more difficult. I can't say it was easier. I don't know. I haven't played Star Fox in so long. It's ridiculous. But that was the indie games I played last week, and all of them were pretty fun. They were all pretty fun. So I guess all that leaves is what's going on next week. Well, I am going to be checking out, on the new side of things, well, there's going to be more Watch Dogs. Definitely going to be playing more Watch Dogs. There's going to be more Dishonored. There's going to be more. There's going to be more. just lots more. There's going to probably be a few less indie games. Not that, you know, basically over the last 2 days I've had trouble finding one to play, is what it is. I've been grasping. I've been trying to find something to play and I just haven't been able to. So we've gone out and Lara Croft Go is going to be added to the channel. I'm not planning on finishing it. I like the original, the Hitman Go games, so I'm thinking this should be fun and neat for a little while, and we're going to check that out. And of course, I've gone and I've pre-ordered The Last Guardian. Both of those are on the PlayStation, so we're going to be tossing some console games back in the mix again. I'm really looking forward to The Last Guardian. I've been looking forward to that for a long time. So I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, or any of the games in the series, but I have watched a few things on The Last Guardian, and it looks awesome. It looks like it would be just a blast to play. I'm very interested to see how it works, but I guess we'll find out that this week as well. I think Batman. There's a new Batman out, new Batman in the Telltale series, and that'll also be out next week. So it's going to be busy, 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 busy. And like I said, next week at this time we'll be looking at the channel and what's gone on in the last 2 years. So until then, I'm Gameface. This was 7 Days. If you liked it, click the button and don't forget to share and subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.